Well, good evening. Guess what? It's Christmas Eve. Amazing how that happens. Bill Murray said it's that one day of the year when we all act a little nicer, smile a little easier, cheer a little more. Today we are the people that we always hoped we would be. It reminds me of a Christmas story. A friend of mine drives school bus, and she stopped by to pick up this little boy, and as she's looking out the door, she saw this older woman giving him a hug goodbye as he left for preschool. And so he got on the bus. She said to him, "So, is that your grandma?" And he says, "Yeah, she's in to visit us." "Well, where does she live?" And he says, "The airport. We just pick her up whenever we want her and then take her back." Oh. Okay, so it'll take a moment to introduce you to our Christmas Eve service team. Of course, we have our band here in the flesh. Yay! And our soloist, Samara Vala, who may or may not be related to the bass player. Song leader, Greg Denning. Edmund Mack and his team will be helping us with the ushers. Video technician, Michael Darnell in the back. Our readers tonight will be Jill Denning, Jeff Benoit, and Annette Pinkerton. And a big thank you to our design team, who always does a spectacular job making this sanctuary look so beautiful. And on the table is our Christmas gift to you. It's a Unity calendar for 2025, a year of blessings. Let us live into that. And if there's not enough calendars on your table, there's some more back on the credenza over there. Okay, so now let's just take a moment to join together in prayer. As Charles Fillmore said, whatever our path, just be better at it, work on it. So we just take a moment we're here, no matter what, Christmas Eve has arrived. And some of us have come from chaos, finishing last minute things at work or at home. Some of us might be sitting with sadness over loved ones past. Some of us may have residual anger as we dealt with last minute frustrations. And some of us may have arrived here with the joy of an awesome office party or a friendly phone call. Wherever we were before we stepped into the sanctuary, let us take a deep breath to bring it all together to this now moment. The divine appointment to feed our spirit. Let's join together in a Christmas prayer. We come together here tonight on a holy quest to feel the love that is the true meaning of this season of holy days. We are open to the divine love that will fill our life in this season as we allow the birth of the Christ light to come alive within us. We are open to the awakening of the Buddha mind. We are open to the miracle of the light of Hanukkah. We are open to the Yule celebration of light returning. Our hearts are open that God's good will be so real to us that it will overcome a tired adult mind with the magic of wide-eyed innocence. Tonight we rise up in the majesty of our awareness of being a child of God. The loving touch of the Christ within brings fulfillment into our Christmas experience. Tonight, a great peace of God's presence shines through us. Tonight, in this place, at this time, we experience the renewing power of Spirit. In the name and after the nature of the babe born in Bethlehem, we say, Amen. And let us affirm together, the enlightenment of the Buddha shines within us, the compassion of the Christ moves through us, the power of Jehovah strengthens and guards us, the presence of Allah surrounds and guides us. Wherever we are, the Tao is, and all is God. With that, I'd like to invite Samara to warm us up with a little music. We have some prelude music.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. That kind of settles us into that homey feeling on Christmas Eve. This Advent season, we've been doing a series called Original Blessing. And there were a number of quotes by Meister Eckhart that I brought up during the last 4 weeks. And I wanted to share a couple of them with you tonight. Bring it all back what we've been talking about. So what does God do all day long? God gives birth. For eternity, God lies on a maternity bed giving birth. That creative force always at work. And what good is it to me if Mary gave birth to the Son of God hundreds of years ago, if I do not give birth to the Son of God in my time and in my culture? We are all meant to be mothers of God, for God always needs to be born. I think that will set the tone as we go forward. And I want to go way back to an ancient story tonight. It was a story about the temple of the veiled goddess. I see you're all familiar with it. There was a word that went out that there was a mysterious temple of the veiled goddess. And there were 3 kings in the land, and they were moved by the power of words. They were determined that they would become students of this goddess and reach their goal. The first king was Into the Illustrious. And he thought what he should take with him on his journey was a seal of his country, of his people. And it was a hawk that could see everything and kind of know everything. The second king that went was Kor the Magnificent. He had a great seal, and it was a golden heart. And he put the golden heart on his chest. And then finally there was Cadmon, the Sorrowful, with the great seal of the other 2. He wore the other 2 because his land was all of the things that the other kingdoms did not value. So he would take the seal that the 2 others in union. But he didn't think this was enough to go on this journey. He also blindfolded his eyes on the path. So the 3 set off on this path to find the temple of the veiled goddess. They traveled very strange lands. There were trees that appeared one place with fruit, and then the same trees would appear someplace else with some other fruit. There were people, strange people, some wandering on the path, some tired off to the wayside. And the path that they were on was very strange because it only showed the next step. They could look far behind them, but in front of them was only one step at a time. Well, Into had made it all plain to himself by a process of reasoning entirely on his own. He said that since things that he's seen were in the direct opposite of his country where he ruled, they must be caused by a superior being, a goddess, right? They must be on the right path. Well, Kor, as he looked around, he saw things that were just delightful, truly phenomenal. He loved phenomenal. It just spoke to his heart. He was so passionate about it. And it's something this great, so phenomenal, had to be created by the goddess. So therefore, they must be on the right path. Yep. Well, as for Cadman, seeing none of these things, because he was blindfolded, he could only judge that which he remembered of his own country. Each of the others told him of their existence in their own way. It was confusing. He determined, therefore, to walk onward as if he were in his own land, and to just press steadily on. Into lost some time, for he stopped to argue with many of the peculiarities of the way of the people, and the logical reasonableness of it, that he had no time to pause for aught else. And Kor, well, he felt for the other wayfarers, the people he met on the path. He was sorry for them and he loved them. But if they would only feel as he did, they could go on easily. But he had no time to stop and make them feel that way. He had to get to the goddess. Both Intu and Kor had all such people in their own lands, and there was no time to waste on natural things because they were searching for the supernatural. Cardamon, the sorrowful, paused. In his land, these people were also found, and he sorrowed for them. What mattered if he did not find the temple immediately, because he was young. The others were growing old and blind, and they were sorrowful and weary. So he stopped, and he gave his thoughts and help to the ill, cheering the weary, helping the poor, blindfolded as he was. He led the blind over the step he had just passed. So interested he become in these labors, he forgot he himself was seeking the goddess. It was but a little distance further on that they caught up with Intu, which was not surprising, as he had reached the end of his path, which ended at a stone wall. When he came to the stone wall, he had a reason why an ordinary stone wall should obstruct such an extraordinary path. It was a very perplexing intellectual problem. So there he remained. A little further down, Kor passed, and then he came across this radiant maiden, partially veiled, very mysterious, and he felt something warm inside him. And he stayed there, and he took her hand and pressed it to his chest and thought, she must be the goddess because nobody else has made me feel this way. He was so happy he had reached his destination. Catch up here. There we go. Cardamon, tarrying with the sorrowful and the weary, felt the bandage slip from his eyes, and as the light from the rising stream and gold and red over the path fell and really made all the ragged wayfarers look just gorgeous. In the brilliance over their heads, he read these words, "This way lies to the path of the temple." Oh. And then this soft whisper spoke to him and said, "By the way of the intuit alone, a path is not found. By the way of the core alone, it is not gained. Both wisely used in unison are guides while on the road, but something which is greater than either, that's the only thing, is the temple reached. Work on. And the sorrowful, taking in his own the hands of the weak and the weary, passed on." What a beautiful lesson of where we're looking. Where we too are on a spiritual path. Discovery that where we really only see the next step. We can look behind us and see what got us here, but looking ahead, very, very short-sighted. In unity, one of the steps that appears before us in our spiritual journeys are the 12 divine faculties, aspects of the divine that are apparent within us. Our Christmas story tonight will explore those gifts through the symbols of the Christmas story. Discover the depths of the Christmas story by experiencing it as if it is for the first time. Be bold tonight, blind to the facts, the past, and to our human attachments. Each carol is being sung for the first time. Allow the music to sing through you and as you. Tonight you are hearing the story with fresh ears that whisper to your own nature. Summon the story to find your sweet spot. In a world with many shadows, see how the candles become a beacon of light only when you make it happen. And if you too are open to guidance on your spiritual path, embody the message from one of the 12 faculties within you to embrace the total power within you, for it truly embraces you. Let us begin. I invite our readers to come up.
Expanded is my consciousness. I know the Christ in me. The world of fear does not live here. The deeper truth I see. Though I may live in error, the light within me shines. I live the truth and claim my good. I know I am divine.
A reading from Luke.
Sorry, we'll go on then. Expanded is my truth I am. I'm worthy and divine. Let error go, for this I know my power within can shine. I live in truth, proclaiming the truth as me stands tall. May all I think and stay and do bring joy and peace to all.
In those days, and a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be enrolled. All went to be enrolled, each to his own city. Joseph went up from Galilee to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, to be enrolled with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. While they were there, Mary gave birth to her firstborn son, wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would love our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you deliver will soon deliver you.
Joseph took his very pregnant wife from Galilee to Bethlehem on a humble donkey to be taxed. Joseph showed great inner strength to make this arduous journey over mountainous terrain. The spring green candle represents this inner strength. We too have an inner strength that supports us in doing those things that are ours to do, no matter how difficult they may appear to be. Affirm together, I am blessed. I have all the strength I need to do what is mine to do.
Mary is the archetype of loving consciousness, open to spirit being birthed through feelings of pure love. Mary is quoted as saying, "From now on, all generations will call me blessed, for God has done great things in me." The qualities of Mary are reflected in our pink candle of love. We are reminded that we too are blessed with the capacity for God to do great things in us as we birth more love into our world. Let us affirm together, I am blessed, my heart is open and receptive, overflowing with love which knows no bounds.
Throngs Yet there was an innkeeper who understood the need and made room for them when there appeared to be no room. The gold candle represents this deep understanding. Our intellect may not see room for that which is spiritual in our lives, but within each of us is a living spirit of truth, which can take us deeper in understanding of all situations. Let's affirm together. I am blessed with a quiet mind. I create space for an open heart, which knows beyond knowing.
The blue candle is for faith, represented by the manger. Our own hearts are mangers, vessels which have the capacity to welcome the birth of constantly awakening to the spark of divinity within us. Together, I am blessed, my heart is open, my soul is awake, I have faith in the provision of Spirit.
Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm a storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little baby, you've kissed the face of God.
And in that region there were shepherds out in the fields, keeping their watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them. They were filled with fear. The angel said to them, "Fear not. I announce to you great joy for all the people. There is born for you today the Redeemer, who is the Lord Messiah, in the city of David." And instantly there were seen with an angel many hosts of the heavens, glorifying and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and upon earth peace and good hope for humankind."
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Angels singing, messengers from the highest with powerful voices. The purple candle represents our faculty of power, represented by the messages of the angels. We too have not only the ability to hear these messages of divine guidance, but also the power to speak words of truth, of creation into our world. Let's affirm together. I am blessed. I hear the still small voice within. I am empowered to speak words of truth into creation.
The shepherds were willing to follow the divine guidance brought by the angels. The silver candle represents will, our faculty of willingness to follow our guidance. Like shepherds who humbly and lovingly care for their flocks, our willingness to move our energy from what is not important to what really matters in our lives is the way we care for our souls. Together, I am blessed. I am willing to guard my soul from anything which diminishes it. I am willing to follow my inspiration to a greater expression of love.
Hark, my higher nature sings, celebrating peace within, letting go of doubt and fear. Only faith is practiced here. I forgive, release, let go. I embrace the truth I know, sending energy of light, knowing love transcends the night. Hark, my higher nature sings, celebrating peace within.
When Jesus was born in Bethlehem, Magi from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? We have seen his star in the east, and have come to worship him." When King Herod heard this, he was disturbed that his throne was in jeopardy. The star they had seen in the east continued before them till it came rest over a place where the child was. They entered the house, and there they found him, with his mother Mary, and they fell down and worshipped him. Opening their treasures, they offered him gifts of gold and frankincense and myrrh.
We three kings of Orient are, bearing gifts we traverse afar. Field and fountain, moor and mountain, traveling yonder star. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. Oh, want to do this too? Oh, comes from consciousness high, truth expressing unifies, living in this world of error, by Christ's light shine, fortify. Oh, cosmic self and radiant light, Christ as me is shining bright, overcoming, growing, loving, truth prevails and all is right.
The dark green candle is for order, represented by the star that rose in the east. There is a great order in the universe. East, the place the sun always rises, is the spiritual realm within us. The star is the light within us, which is always shining, especially when our world seems dark. Let us affirm together, I am blessed. My life unfolds at the right time and in perfect order. I am assured by the light of truth, which is always rising within my soul.
The orange candle reminds us of the zeal of King Herod. Herod represents the king of our ego. We acknowledge that our overt enthusiasm, which sometimes carries us away, we become a human who is bent on doing. We can consciously raise the vibration of our enthusiasm to alignment with spirit, transforming our eagerness from selfhood into Christhood. And then together, I am blessed, filled with love, my enthusiasm lifts my humanness into alignment with my Christ consciousness.
The Magi, or wise men, are symbolic of our spiritual intelligence, our insight to recognize the divine, which is forever being born within each of us. The yellow candle represents the wisdom of the wise men to make clear choices for the highest and best. We too have been gifted with the capacity for wisdom in all our decisions. Let us affirm together. I am blessed in my wisdom. I recognize the light of the divine in me.
The red candle is for life, represented by the wise men's first gift of gold to the babe. The gift of gold represents our most valued possession, life itself. Like Midas's touch, turning everything he touched to gold, when we are touched by life, we become alive. Together, I am blessed. I fully embrace life and allow life to touch me in rich, meaningful ways.
The russet candle represents elimination, symbolized by the wise men's gift, the second gift of frankincense. Elimination is our ability to release negative, fearful thoughts of the past, present, and future. Frankincense releases fragrance into the air, which then dissipates. We too can visualize our released thoughts rising and dissipating into nothingness. Together, I am blessed. I release all fear and suffering. I release the past. My life is transformed as I continue to let go.
The light blue candle is for myrrh, the third gift. Myrrh represents the fragrance, beauty, and transformation of spirit. Like the unformed smoke of the temple incense, we can allow our thoughts to attach to the unformed to co-create a world of beauty through our power of imagination. Let us affirm together. I am blessed. My thoughts are fragrant possibilities. I allow my imagination to soar and explore. I attract my heart's desires into manifestation.
When the Magi saw that the star had stopped, they were overwhelmed with joy.
The shepherds went to Bethlehem to see what had taken place. They told everyone what they had been told. They told everyone what they had been told them, that had been told to them about the child.
Mary treasured all these words and pondered them in her heart.
Brightly shining, it is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angel voices. Oh, night divine. Oh, night when Christ was born. His power and glory evermore proclaim.
Wow. Thank you so much for doing that. I don't know how many of you get news bulletins, but there was a miracle that happened out in California a few hours ago. Two kids, 15 years ago, were arrested for murder. A 21-year-old woman who was pregnant, 2 months pregnant, and a 15-year-old. And the judge found out that it was a bad decision, that they weren't even anywhere near the place where the murder took. And so tonight on Christmas Eve, they're together with their families for the first time in 15 years. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so now this is the time in the service that we engage in what we call the sacred practice of generosity. So on this Christmas Eve, let's take a moment to feel that deep appreciation for the many blessings we have received in our individual lives this year. Maybe we weren't just released from wrongful incarceration for 15 years, but we have each had our own blessings in many ways. And Unity is so grateful for each and every one of you, including those of you joining us online, who support this ministry through your financial gifts and the tremendous work of our teams of volunteers. Our Circle of Generosity also includes acts of gratitude for our many financial gifts that we share with others. This fourth quarter of the year, we as a community chose to share our gifts with 3 incredible organizations: Helping Women Period, the Meta Peace Team, and the City Rescue Mission. Also, as we're going through the books near year end, we had a $10,000 gift earlier in the year, and so we're taking 1,000 of that, and we'll be dividing that among all of the congregants' choice for this year for our tithe on that. So it's such a pleasure to be able to really support these wonderful organizations in our community. So let our hearts be open for that sense of gratitude as we sing, I Am So Grateful.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
So generosity is really a sacred exchange of giving and receiving. It's kind of like Christmas all year round. Because we are so blessed, it's with joy and enthusiasm that we as individuals share of our many blessings to complete the circle. If you're sharing in person this evening, you can use the envelopes on the table and leave your gift in the glass jar. Or you can also use the QR code that's on the screen to donate online, and any of you joining us online can do that also. Let us set our consciousness of blessings and celebrate the circle of prosperity by affirming together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I praise, give thanks, and am glad. So as we move into this deeply participatory part of our service, we will keep a meditative attitude as we sing the Christmas carols. The ushers will be notifying each of their tables as it's your turn to come forward. And I invite you to take, there's cards for each of the 12 powers on the table. You take one of those when you come up, and maybe it might give you some ideas on what you'd like to work on this year. And then also a candle, battery operated. We have this thing about fire around here. But don't light it yet, okay? We'll light it at the end, but I want you to have it. So we're going to begin this part of our service with the first Noel. Greg is doing such a great job tonight. This is so much, and the band too. A lot of music, yeah.
The first Noel, the angel did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. This star drew nigh to the northwest, o'er Bethlehem it took its rest, and there it did both stop and stay, right over the place where Jesus lay. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. It came upon a midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to all, from heaven's all gracious King. The world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. For lo, the days are hastening on, by prophet bards foretold, when with the ever-circling years comes round the age of gold, when peace shall live all the earth, its ancient splendors fling, and the whole world sing back the song which now the angels sing. Come, rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ within ourselves, revealed the Christmas way, to save us all from error's power when we have gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Now with our love sings praises, all you within this space, and with true love and fellowship each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas does bring redeeming grace. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Oh, come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold love, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore love. Oh, come, let us adore love. Oh, come, let us adore love. Christ the light. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exultation. Sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, all glory in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore light. Oh, come, let us adore light. Oh, come, let us adore light. Christ the light.
So tonight is really about your Christmas story. Your mind can be seen as a stable, your heart as a manger. If you are a shepherd, or if you're from the kingdom of Intu, bring your wonder. If you're a wise person or from the kingdom of Kor, bring your intuition. And if you are in a special place on your spiritual journey, hailing from Kadman, wonder and intuition will bring you. So remember your Christmas experience. Let your blindfold drop away. Have a heart that never hardens, a temper that never tires, and a touch that never hurts. And one part we forget about the Christmas story is after finding the child of light, the Magi quietly returned home, never again unable to see that very same light in everyone they met. So it's time for us to be the light. We're going to turn the sanctuary lights off, and if you will turn the flame on the top of your candle, you can make light. And if anybody has trouble with it, we did test them all, but they can be finicky. We have some more here. Everybody has a light. Except me. Okay.
Silent night, holy light, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar. Christ as love is now birthed. Christ as love is now birthed. Out of the dark, my Christ light shines. Sacred peace with love entwines. God expressing as highest and best. Perfect order divinely expressed. The kingdom of heaven's within. The kingdom of heaven's within. Holy night, perfect night, love of God, oh how bright, light of spirit, shine always, healing, blessing us each day with thine heavenly love, with thy heavenly love.
May the light of Christmas bless you and keep you. And may the face of light shine upon you and give you peace. So it is written, so it is done. This completes our Christmas Eve candlelighting service. And we just ask you that you turn off your candles and leave them on the table as you exit. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Edmund could, what if we could bring the lights back up so nobody trips on their way out? There we go.